Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have a caller from Philadelphia. John, are you there?
I am, Larry. Good morning to you after this very calm, lackluster weekend.
Yeah, it was, rather speaking, I guess, considering all the news that came out. What can I do for you, my friend?
I wanted to ask you, please, about three things, gold, silver, and wheat. And I wanted to ask if you could help me start off on the silver. Full disclosure, I bought the May silver last Thursday, and I think my entry price is $16.50 or $45, somewhere in there. It pulled back off the Wednesday high into a Thursday low. It tested, held, and rejected the short-term Fib 618 support mark precisely, and now we're turned up a little bit. My question, as you look at your 4-hour and daily charts, can you envision the pattern evolving into a rally phase that gets over the $16.90 to $17 area, please?
John, I certainly can. The fact that it's stayed here for so long is really quite good. The only thing that troubles me is, I've been very, very bullish on gold. I'm flat right now after, getting out of it on that rally because of the ABCD pattern that we had last Thursday. But the key here is that it's lagging gold so badly. We haven't seen this happen in a long time. I mean, gold went up and made a, quadruple top when silver couldn't even they made a perfect 50% ABCD correction up there at 16.92. The key, John, is if we get above $17 an ounce, that's going to be very, very important. But the key is the gold. It seems to be it doesn't want to go down very much. I mean, even though it made a big ABCD pattern there, we were only able to drop $34 from the high, and of course we know that that's the harmonic number in gold. In fact, let me do this for our listeners just to show you the importance of this, because it's really quite interesting. I featured this in the newsletter this week because it was quite interesting. But you'll notice since February, we've had 4 $34 per ounce drops. Actually 5, considering the one in early February. And then also we had one of $68 per ounce, which is twice 34. And so as long as we can stay above 1330 in the gold, there's nothing wrong with it. But John, if it ever gets above 1375, that's $30 from where we are now. This has got $150 more, tattooed across its forehead, because 1470 to 1520 would be the next ABCD leg in this. But it looks very, very strong compared to silver. My goodness, it's if you just looked at gold and didn't look at silver, you can't be bearish. But when you look at silver, it sort of tempers your bullishness on gold, and maybe that's the trap, my friend. Maybe that's the trap.
Well, I'm going to be a parrot right here, and parrot's something I've heard you say many times over the years, and I'm just going to say it to you directly because it applies right here, right now. When you're trading gold, trade gold. Don't trade gold because some other market is doing something. I've heard you say that correct. Very often, my friend. I think that applies right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do what I say, not what I do. That's pretty much to say. That's very, very good. Now, you wanted to go ahead.
I will tell you, I must thank you for having Norm Winsky on from time to time. And last week, I think it was Thursday, had him on where he was highlighting the importance of a time window, just having a very unusual cluster of astrocycles hitting in a window of time that we are still in. My question is the wheat market preparing to turn as you see it in this astrocycle time cluster?
Well, John, I'll post the chart of Christmas wheat, December wheat here for the folks to take a look at it because we have a new moon yesterday. So we are coming down to a 61% retracement down here at the 522 level. I believe we're trading at 524 pre-market. So there should be some pretty strong support around that 522 level. That was also one of the highs that we made in February. And the risk there, I think, would be relatively small, but we've had higher bottoms here. The high we made last week was a perfect 78% level, so it still has a slightly bearish connotation to it, but it looks bullish longer term. And as you know, I'm very bullish, corn and beans long term. And this looks like a real interesting astro trade here in wheat if we can get it down to 522. You certainly don't have to risk very much. You can be a farmer there for about a 5-cent risk. So you'd want to put your stop down around the 517 level just in case you're wrong. And, we're wrong a lot, so make sure you use a stop. But it's got a pretty good chance here. And we're 5 days down now, which is also, one of the things that I like to see. I've marked that chart on there showing you those 5-day retracements. And they happen quite often. And this one happens to be coming right at the new moon. So that should mean something.
Very good. I thank you. And I'm going to part and sign off. Thank you for your help going into the end of this segment, Larry. But let me share this before I do depart. I am just posting in the Tiger's Den for you and the audience there the monthly charts of the gold-silver ratio, or stated differently, the price of gold per ounce of silver. Mm-hmm. So I've just posted it, and what I'm observing, Larry, on the monthly chart, of course, silver's weak relative to gold, as you observe. The question for me is, okay, fine, yes, silver's low versus gold. Question, does it have a chance of turning relative to gold? And as I look at this 21-year monthly chart, I see that the gold-silver ratio hit a peak at 82 this month, and this is a high that's been reached now 5 times in the past 21 years, and each time it hit this, it topped and it turned down, meaning silver rallied vis-a-vis gold. And as I pull up the daily chart, Larry, I'm seeing what looks to be, on the daily chart, a 3-drive to a top pattern into this 82 GSR top. So
wow,
there you are.
That's really great information, John. I hope the folks take a look at this chart because it goes back 20-plus years, and it shows this massive top up in here. But that is a very good description of what could be happening in silver right now. So if it goes, boy, it could really surprise a lot of people. So we'll keep an eye on that, and let us know if it breaks out to the upside, because that would really be some interesting information also.
Thanks for your help, Larry.
Hey, thank you, John. We really appreciate it. That's Mr. Z from the Tiger Den, who gives us some great information. And, of course, he was famous for his cocoa call back in January at $18.45, and cocoa went to $26 very, very quickly. So we love having him in, and all the other folks in the den. It's just really a great family to be at TFNN because they give us such great information. 877-927-6648.